I bought 21 retro handheld games on eBay. Today we'll find out how many work and how many don't. Let's start off then with a Tomy tennis, and the good news is that it seems to be working perfectly. So it's working 1, not working 0. Up next then is a Tomy caveman. And it looks like this works perfectly too. Here's one you don't see very often, Fights of the Titan. It's an epoch game, a Japanese import. Promising start. But all is not well because our Titan cannot move and cannot fire anything. Up next then is our Bambino football, and I think this is a US football rather than a UK soccer, and it seems to be working just fine. So here we have a couple of Astro wars. This is an epoch Japanese import, it's got Japanese labelling here. This is a UK version grandstand. So let's get this hooked up, see if it works. Nothing from the epoch one, but the grandstand one looks more promising. Yep, starts up fine, moves left to right, although the joystick's not very springy, but fire doesn't work. The flickering you see is just from the camera, by the way. But yeah, fire doesn't work. So 1 not working at all, 1 partially working. Up next then is our Galaxy Invader 1000. And clearly with its broken plastics and missing components, I'm never going to be able to make this pristine. But although it's destined to be a parts machine, I thought it would be interesting to connect it up to some power and see if we can make it play. As we do that though, this would be a good opportunity to mention the sponsor of today's video, PCBWay. A lot of these old handheld games need more than just electronics repair. Things like replacement battery doors, plastic clips, or repair parts for broken screw posts. PCBWay can 3D print these parts in a variety of different materials and colours to make them look almost like injection moulded parts. And they also offer injection moulding services and sheet metal fabrication, as well of course as their fabulous PCBs. I'll be using some of these services myself later in the series, but there's no need to wait till then. There's a link in the video description where you can get an instant quote for your project. Right, let's get back to the triage and see if we can squeeze some life out of this old Galaxy Invader. It's come straight to life. What a shame somebody already used this as a parts machine. For now though, we're going to call it not working. Amida. You don't see too many of these, but this one is working perfectly. Here then is another strange one. In finest avocado, a Bambino Safari. And it looks like this one is working just fine too. Right then, Bambino basketball. I mean, who has 2 of these? So we'll try this one first. Not only is it completely dead, but the buttons or the switches are just seized on this. Completely solid. That makes me wonder that perhaps it's had some battery damage and the switches have corroded. Should we take a look? Yeah, if we look at that, we can see there's some heavy battery corrosion on here. My guess is that that has spread or leaked all over the printed circuit board in here, and that this one might be scrap. We'll see though. Certainly it's going to be interesting. And this one doesn't seem a whole lot better. All we get is the flickering on the display and no response to any of the key presses. So both duds. Here then is a Earth Invaders by CGL, and I noticed as I picked this up that all of the screws are missing from the back, so actually I think I can just pull this one apart. Indeed I can, and we'll just clip on the battery terminals. I'm not hugely optimistic just because this has been opened already. Oh, but would you look at that? It seems to work just fine. So although initial impressions were good, it looks like I can't move the character around. So again, we've got another one with a defective joypad. Here's an unusual one. Zigzag Monster, Epoch electronic game, another Japanese import. And the sound's on. Uh-oh, dead display. Nothing at all on that. Sound but no display. That's the Epoch Zigzag Monster. Up next then is this Tomy Tron. Promising start. And that seems to be where it ends. So it powers up, but our character just sort of sits there. Now this time there's just one dot on the display. So it looks like it makes sort of a chirp when you first power it on, then after that nothing. You might get some kind of random characters on the display, but that's about it. Anyway, Tomitronic Tron. Another one you don't see too much of, a Bambino UFO blaster. Opening it up, it smells quite heavily of sort of leaked batteries, and you can see there's some pretty serious battery corrosion too. So I'm not too optimistic about this one, but we'll pop a power supply on it anyway, see what it does. At least all the parts are here and intact. Given the state of the battery corrosion, I'm not expecting too much from this, but I'll try it anyway. Oh, there we go. Oh, it's come straight to life. How about that? Yeah, it seems to work just fine. Right then, the Entex Galaxian 2. This one has a bit of staining around there. Looks like maybe it's had some leaking batteries in it. It does take a kind of headphone jack style input, and at the moment I've no idea what polarity that needs to be in. So we'll try it with some batteries, albeit with somewhat rusty battery terminals. Maybe it'll overcome those. Let's try it. Looks to be completely dead. Yeah, nothing there. Not all of the terminals are rusty here, so let's try just connecting it up to the power supply, seeing if that works. Just kind of hold that in place for now. Power it on. No, and there's absolutely no current draw from it at all. So yeah, this one's completely dead. Entex Galaxian 2. Next then is this Galaxian Space Invader, singular. This one also has a kind of headphone jack input, so I'm not going to be able to use that. Let's just connect directly to these battery terminals. Oh, seems to work. Oh, those are very familiar sounds. It does seem to work, but certainly we need to have this display polished or something. All right, Entex Super Space Invader 2. Looks like this has a headphone jack power input. Yep, there it is. So we'll try this one with some batteries. Oh, and that's a great start. It was a great start, sort of gone off now. I don't know, what's that then? Intermittent? Yeah, it was there for a moment and then it is not. So I don't think there's anything seriously wrong with this, but it does seem to have some kind of intermittent behaviour. Could just have been a poor battery contact. Yeah, I think that's it. Right then, Cosmic Fire Away, or Cosmic 2000 Fire Away from Tandy. We'll just go straight to the battery terminals on this, which are a little bit corroded. Excellent. So now we only have 1 point in it and we have 2 identical games left. Who's going to be the winner? Invader from space, or Invaders from space. This one rattles. Shouldn't do that. This one looks to be completely dead. This one also dead. So we have a clear winner, and it looks like I've got 12 games to fix and 9 that don't need repair, although some of those might need some cosmetic attention. If there's one you'd particularly like to see me repair next, let me know in the comments section. But until next time, I'd just like to thank you so much for watching Retro Tech Repair.